Welcome to the Financial Planners Southeast Asia podcast, a show dedicated to driving the positive evolution of financial advice, specifically within Southeast Asia. To join a global community of financial advisors sharing and learning with one another to drive the positive evolution of financial advice, head to xyadvisor.com. Welcome to another episode of the Financial Planners Southeast Asia podcast. Gwen here, and today I am with a financial advisor from Sun Life Philippines. It's Geremy Dale Jamir. Hi, Dale.
Hi, Gwen. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so thanks so much for coming into the podcast. So we've already been talking a lot and catching up prior to this podcast because I've known Dale for quite some time, but I've always known him to be someone who trades in stock. But now I heard that he's also a financial advisor. So I asked him if he wanted to join the podcast, and he graciously said yes. So thank you so much for coming into the show, Dale. So I guess my first question is, how did you get into financial advice?
So funny thing, right? So actually no one recruited me. So that's it. That's it. I just like contacted a guy and say, "Hey, put me into your team," right? But the source, or I mean how I started, really maybe it rooted from how I did started on my investments, right? Because before anything else, I did stocks first, right? Which is, well, when you are in financial planning, that's like a no-no, right? Never invest first without any securities at all.
Yes.
Right? That's the thing. Right? So basically when I did my investments, along the way, as I improved somewhat my skill when it comes to investing, trading, right? I have met people and I was able to not like really mentor, but teach on give them the basics on how to trade, how to start their accounts, stuff like that, right? And eventually I was like talking to myself and, hey, I've been talking to people to do this and do that, do some financial stuff, right? Why not get paid for it? So yeah, I started to contact someone from Sun Life, and then he graciously accepted me in his team, and that's that.
Amazing. So yes, I know that you've been interested in finances for quite some time. For as long as I can remember, we've been talking about it. And I told you before we started recording that you were one of my friends who were into like stocks and trading. And when we had the reunion, like you guys were huddled together and talking about all of your investments. And at the time, I could never I don't get it. Like this is our like guys talk and all that stuff. But now that I'm also in the industry, I found the reason why you guys were so interested in finance, because it's not only money, but it's also like everything else in your life is incorporated with it. So, and I'm glad that you're finding ways now that you can earn from the advice that you give to other people. But I guess now that yeah, right. So I guess my question now is, why did you get into stocks and investments in the first place?
So early on, when I was starting to work, when I was starting to earn my own money, I was somewhat bored and looking for something to do, right? So I have a friend in my office before. He was doing photography, right? So I did photography. I bought books. I bought a camera, DSLR camera, for which was actually decent at that time. So I did that for some time, just for hobby. I'm not paid. I'm not paid for anything.
Yes.
And then we were like processing some pictures in the office one day, and it was like, "Have you tried stocks?" And I go, "What's stocks? What's that?" So I was like,
So
"Here."
random.
Yeah, it was like, "Have you tried stocks?" You know, what's that? So then he gave me a book. Not sure if I'm allowed to say it. right
Yeah, it's
here though.
okay. Cool.
So so it's a it's a book by Bo Sanchez.
Bo
My maid
Sanchez.
invest
Yes.
in the stock market. Yeah,
That's the
it's a
first
very
thing
simple
that
book.
I read too.
Yes, yes, as the first thing I read about the stock market. Then I read it. He actually put instructions on how to start, where to go. He explained he explained in a very rudimentary way how the stock market works. So I was like,
Mhm.
hey, if his maid can do it, maybe can I? I can,
Yes,
right? So
yes,
I did it. I tried to apply. It was Call Financial was like not in Cebu at
yes,
that
yeah.
time. So
Mm, I remember.
I have to mail my application to them, and after a week they replied. Then I have my account. Then I started investing. Then I was hooked. My God, I was
Ah,
hooked immediately. Then I was
nice.
starting to that's the thing. I was hooked, and I was trying to save my money just to put in my investments. I was there, and I was doing the wrong, most likely the wrong things for the right reasons. I was loaning. I was trying to loan, right? Which is bad,
Oh,
which is definitely bad. Which is
yes.
for the listeners, please do not loan and invest your money. That's not good idea. I was young. I was young. It was like a spur of the moment thing, right?
Mm,
So
mm,
I did all the loans, right? And then my salary, my year end bonus,
mm,
I put into that, and then
mm,
everything I it was October. I started October 2012. That was
mm,
actually right before PSE peaked. So right
mm.
around that point, maybe PSE was right around 4,000 points, if I'm not mistaken. Then a month after a year, another couple of months, it then went to 4 5. Then it reached 6,000 like crazy. So you can just imagine
Your
the excitement
excitement.
I felt. Right? So
Yeah,
I was like, this is like my thing. I'm gonna be an investor, right?
yeah.
And then someone told me. Then someone told me, "Have you tried trading?" Oh, I mean, what's that?
Yeah.
What's trading? So technically, it's like investing, but you do it on a smaller scale. So you do it by day to day, right?
Mm,
So
yeah.
I did try that. It was I mean, it was really really nice. I mean,
Oh.
I had the momentum of the market. So I really thought that I was invincible. I have no I have no losing streaks on that time, and except for one. Then after that one, I tried to stop my gung ho attitude when it comes to stock trading, because it was quite a big loss. So so yeah, after that I tried to be more disciplined. I tried to read more books. I tried to checking all the basic fundamentals of a security before actually buying it, right? So
Mm, yes. Your
so
due
that's the thing.
diligence this time.
Yeah, your due just so now all my due diligence, all my habits are trying to all of them are trying to build up, right? Because you would it's not much. It's not really like big money, right? But it's still money, right?
Mm-mm,
You can
yes.
never really like get it from the street or something like that.
Yes, yes, definitely. So now I guess because you said that it was for you. Investing and trading is for you, and that's awesome because I know for a fact that it isn't for me, especially trading. I remember that we were talking about it years before, and you said that you only like you check your the stock market every morning, right? And I told myself, like, can
Yeah.
I do that? Like, do I have the discipline to turn on my monitor every morning before all hell breaks loose and still have the emotional detachment towards my money? And ultimately, the answer was no. So that's why, like, to me, when you say that trading and like investing is for you, it's going to be your thing, to me that's amazing because not everyone can do that. But as a person who has already been there, made some mistakes, made a lot of losses and a lot of gains as well, do you think that if a person, say like me, I'm not very good at math. I may be analytical, but say I don't have the patience for it. Can anyone become a trader?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, right? So
Mm,
basically, trading. So there's always this inside joke in the trading community that when you trade, it's like gambling, right?
yes.
Maybe it was a little bit innate for me trading because
Oh, because you
number
like
one,
poker, I remember.
yeah, yeah, I really like poker. It's it's something like that, right? And then again, my first job, I'm a manufacturing engineer. So from day to
Mm,
day, I'm fed data from production
mm,
lines, and then I analyze it, give them what my thoughts are to improve the product lines, right? So that's what I did while doing the trade. So I was like the transition from my day job to trading or to stocks,
uh,
it's not really
was
that
like,
hard
yeah.
because it feels like work and I'm enjoying my work. So I'm enjoying stocks too. So basically, if you really have like the knack for it, it doesn't really. I mean, it it might be intimidating because it's numbers, but believe me, it's more than that. I may be an engineer, but I don't do math on stocks as much as I would want to, right? Number
Oh,
one, it's more on patterns and signals analysis,
mm,
right? it's
yes,
it's not
that
it's
I
it's
do.
not really
Mm,
like statistics has a play on it. It has a good play on it, right? But it's more on patterns and pattern recognition, right? Mostly for trading, right? Because again, there are several tools that would help you, but the most common and most of the common tools and that are widely used are mostly pattern stuff, pattern recognitions, and signal analysis. That's it. Some indicators are used, right? Some indicators are used, which are statistical and probability in nature, right? But it's always patterns that's always been has been dominating when it comes to trading, right? We always base on historical data, so we
yeah,
always base on what patterns, the waves, how the waves work, right? So that's just it. No, there's really no need for mathematics in trading, right? Just if you're interested on it, like that's the
yeah.
thing. If you
I
want,
think I get it.
if you
Yeah.
really want it, then yeah, you can do whatever, right? That's just it.
I think I get what you mean, but I by what you're saying is that you really have to want trading, and not just get into it because it's what's trending, right? Because I know for a fact that I tried trading because I wanted to know what the fuss was all about, because you guys were very excited about it. And now that you're a financial advisor, do you also, if say your client says, hey Dale, can you teach me how to trade on my own, do you also cater to that with your clients?
Hmm. I haven't really tried, or I haven't really experienced a client that actually ask me on teaching them how to do stocks or trade even. But I always do incorporate my knowledge on the market when it comes to advising my clients. That's the thing. That's one advantage I think that's one advantage I always have when it comes to talking to clients, right? I'm more technical on the investment side
Mm-mm.
from the insurance. I mean, for the looking breaking down let's say a VUL policy, right? A VUL policy has two components. It's basically an insurance and a mutual fund. So the thing is, for insurance, everything is laid out for your insurance, right? What
Yes.
coverage do
Mm.
you have with for your life, for accidents, for critical illness, stuff like that. It's all laid out. But for the investment side, it actually varies and it's not even guaranteed, right?
Mm. Mm.
So that's
Yes.
the thing. That's where my explanation or how I make my clients understand on what happens and why is it not guaranteed. That's how I break it down. I try to place them on the how the market feels. I try to make them feel the sentiment of the market, especially for my and especially for my clients now. Like, so every time if they're concerned is what's happening, especially in the pandemic, right? What's happening in the
Yes.
pandemic?
Yes. Mm.
Everything's down. No businesses are running. Money is not being spent. So everything's going down. Apocalypse now, right? So that's what they always think. That's
That's
what they
what they
always
think.
think.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah, but on an investment side, right? When everything is down, that's the good place to that's a good
Yes,
spot, that's a good time to put your position in, right? That's always the thing, right? Because that's where the good money is, because everything is down, everything is a bargain. You can always add, you can always top
yes.
up, right?
Ah, I love that term. Yes. So now it's a bargain. That's true. So, and I guess because you mentioned that your clients, about your clients, what is your ideal, or who are your ideal clients? That is,
So yeah, as I've mentioned in our
or chit chat.
discussion earlier, right, in our chit chat, I really like young clients, the millennial ones, right? Because I really think they're still malleable in a way. You can skew them to what path you want them to follow. Not really follow, but at least guide them to a more disciplined financial habit. Because I mean, you really have to take account the kids that walking around today, right?
Yes.
Some of them they're not really, they haven't really experienced what we did, right? We tried we did libraries before. Come on, for
Yes.
we were the, like, we were the last generations to use libraries. Now libraries are for internet. They're used for Wi-Fi's and for
Yes.
sitting down, and if you want to
For
sleep
the
after
aircon.
class, or the air conditioning. That's what
Yes.
libraries are for now, right? Or if you want to go to the bathroom, right?
Yes. The
But you
library
don't
has a
go
clean
there, yeah.
bathroom.
You don't go there to borrow books anymore. No one does that, right? So I mean, I always try to skew them to a better path and really educate them. I've listened to your previous podcast. I'm sorry, I forgot the title of it, but you've mentioned about the how our educational system isn't really
Yes.
doesn't really like bind anything about it. I mean,
Yes, that's true.
like breaking it down, right? If you look how our syllabus are designed, we're like, they're like practically training us to be workers,
Yes, and
to be
spenders.
employee, to be, yeah, to be employers, to be employees, not
Yeah.
employers. It would have
Yes.
been great if we were trained as employers, because
Yes.
that would be
As
ideal
business folks.
as business folks, right? But no, every time the teacher asks you when you work, see, it's always when you work, this will be your salary. So that's it, right? So
Yes.
no one tells you when you own your own business, you'll be
Yes.
handling this much people, you'll be telling them to go do this, go do that. No one, not, it's nothing like that, right?
Yes.
So going out of the university, we have this thing in the back of our heads, right? That yeah, we go there, we earn our keep, and that's it. We spend it, right? People don't realize it that spending money is much more harder than earning it. It's they actually thought that spending is easy, right? Like spend, like buy whatever you want, but that's not how it works.
Yes.
If you want a more secure future, or if you
Future.
want a more secure, I mean, tomorrow, right? You really have to think what your habits are of today. Never spend too much, or just spend what you need, right?
Yes.
That's the thing, right? With all the consumerism that's been happening in our world,
That's true.
yeah, our us as financial planners or as financial advisors have a very little leeway to work on with the people. And again, in the Philippines, we're not really that they're not a really big fan of us. Right? Financial advisors,
Not yet.
here they go again.
Yes, that's true.
Oh my God, here's this guy again. Oh no, and seen or block. Yeah, that's how
Yes.
they really is. So
That's
yeah,
the reality of us,
that's the
especially
reality of
now
us,
in
right?
during the pandemic, right? Like our here in the Philippines, especially here in Cebu, our only I think our only weapon is messenger, so we can only
Yeah,
message people, um uh s- post as many posts
post as
about
much as, yeah,
you
as
can.
much as what whatever media you have, right?
Mm,
Whatever, if regardless if it's like you made, or the company you're in is already made for you, right? I mean, I'm not that really good at like pushing in social media. I have to
yes.
really admit that's my
Yes.
one weak point, and I'm trying to improve it. But
Yes, because that's
you
the
know,
only tool that we have right
that's
now to
yes,
advertise
yes, there,
ourselves.
you don't like, you don't go to like for I remember on the olden days, right? my grandma was a insurance sales lady, or
Agent?
I'm not sure, as
Yeah.
insurance agent, right?
Yeah.
And what she did was like door to door knock. She's
Mm,
like,
mhm.
she knocks on like people's door and like, did you like to buy insurance? Like, something like that, right? So, so it's I don't know. It's with the technology we have today. I mean the meetings we're having, right? Where there's no face to face interactions anymore, right? Even when you do business, like even in stocks, it's way much different. Like compared
To
10
when
years
you
ago,
started. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
compared when I started, it's really much different. I mean, the platforms that we have now is way more intuitive compared before. I mean, they actually spoon feed you everything, right? Before the platforms are like buy and sell. That's it. There's no tools, no nothing. You can't even chart. I mean the charting like application on the
The app.
platforms before were really
Mm-hmm.
bad. So oh yeah, the app. So unlike it's really nice, and I really appreciate um the newer upgrades now, because I mean it's much more easier for you to earn your money.
Like I think I haven't seen the new platforms, but I do remember the old ones. When I was thinking about going into stocks and investing and trading. But that's very interesting. So, would you say that it's easier to invest or trade nowadays?
Oh yeah, I mean everything is almost directly given to you. Like before, I remember before, you would need a lot of subscriptions from different persons to get this information, that information. But now, like for instance, for Call Financial, they have their own analyst, they have their own in-house analyst that gives you the data for free, which is actually the same for the ones that you pay for, right? So it's not really that much. If you're looking for what to buy, I mean, you can just follow the guide if you're too lazy. But if you really want to dig in and you really want to like find the money in the garbage, right? That's the good money. That's the good money, to be honest. But yeah, you really have to dig a little bit deeper. But I mean, yeah, everything is there.
That's good. That's good. So, I guess my question now would be when a person wants to invest. So, because I want to ask this from a person who's been there. When a client of yours or a prospective client reaches out to you and say, "I want to invest, but I don't want to invest in VUL. I want to invest." And then when you go ahead and ask them about their like financial background, they don't have a any insurance yet. There's no safety net yet. How do you position that kind of talk with your client, especially those who don't really want to get insurance? Because the problem quote unquote with insurance is that you don't really see your money growing. So it's just like a fixed amount, and not a lot of, especially Filipinos, are excited about that. So
Very
not a
true.
lot of people are excited about that. So and like it has a bigger premium than the VUL. So if and I know that you're a very big proponent for safety first before investing. So how do you position that kind of conversation with your clients?
So I'm actually very familiar with the situation
Mm,
and the position because I was there.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was there. I was there before. So the thing is, with people with the experience to actually trade, there's actually it's like several. There's some people, right? For instance, the one that actually knows how to trade and do stocks already. um, Most of them would really prefer buying term instead of
Term insurance.
instead of yeah, term insurance instead of
Instead of
getting
life.
the full VUL, right? And there are always, as you've said, so there are also those clients that has no insurance and wants to go, which is actually the direct opposite, right? who wants to get involved in stocks, in trading, and has no life insurance. So I always, this is the thing, I always tell them, right, doing that is a good way to of losing your money. That's the, I'm not scaring them or anything, but that's the reality of it, right? With today's ever active financial market, with cryptos coming in, right? With all of the NFT gaming that's coming in, I mean, I'm into those. There's If there's one thing in common among all the people that's joining, it's they don't know what they're doing when they join. They practically don't know what they're putting their money into, so they're ending up losing their money. So that's the same as like investing without getting anything out of it, like investing without not without security or without insurance. I mean, no no equity, no stock will ever pay for your um illness in the event, right?
Yes, yes, I think that's the
No, nothing will pay for it. Only insurance will. That's the only bill that will pay for your bills when you're gone. So I mean, that's I always just give the hard talk. I tough love, right?
but I think that's true because that's your job, right? As a financial advisor,
Yes,
you
very
always
true.
have their best interest at heart.
Yep,
Um, because in the end, their success is also your success as a financial
very true.
advisor.
Yes,
Yeah. So, and but I love your approach is that you beat around the you don't beat around the bush.
yes,
You tell your clients straight because I
straight
know that
up.
it can
Yes,
be a hard conversation, right?
yes. I mean, considering the stigma around investments in the Philippines, right? With all the scams going on, right? Even now there are still scams. I mean,
Yes, I did notice a few
so
circulating.
so I mean, and people would really like, I mean, despite the things that have been happening in the financial industry with scams for the last few years, I mean, people are still putting their money in
Yes,
those platforms. I mean,
yes,
because again, it's not that they're not educated, but they're still hoping that it might be true. That's the sad part, right? That's the sad part. That's why for me, as much as possible, I'd go straight in. I'd go for the kill, and I mean, that's good, but no.
that's true. That's true. And I think with regards to scam, I watched this documentary in Netflix, Money Explained. In one of the episodes of Money Explained, they talked about scams and why time and time again people still get hooked to it. It's a very interesting documentary about it. So, for those of you who are listening, who wants to, especially financial planners and financial advisors, don't understand why people are still into scam. I think the that yeah, that episode for Money Explained has a good explanation for why that is. So, but yes, that's true, and I guess it's because the prospect of making easy money, right? Because most of us don't really have the patience to do it, but we still want to be to earn or to get more, and I think that's the that's the allure of scams. But
Yeah,
we're moving out of the topic. So, but yeah, so with all that said, so I guess that's one of the things that is good when, because you started in investing and trading, and you already know, because you've already experienced it in a decade, right? You've been trading and investing for 10 years now. So, and you already have ample knowledge to give to your clients with regards to what to do and what not to do. So now I think, what is your, like, what are your plans for your business in terms of moving forward? Like, are you planning to incorporate trading or educating your clients more into investing and trading in your business?
very good question. So I'm actually looking into I'm kind of looking into on how to maybe make things, or make investing a little bit more, how can I
Accessible.
say, no, accessible in a way, and not intimidating. Because
Yeah.
how Bo, I mean, how Bo did
Go
it, right?
trenches.
For
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
how Bo did it, right? I mean, that was a very simple breakdown on how stocks works. And I mean, I have no knowledge on it. I was able to catch up the moment I read this book. So something, I'm actually looking into doing something like that, maybe. And it's a long shot, but I already started my YouTube account. Hopefully,
Ah, nice. Excited.
hopefully, hopefully I get to start on my upload soon.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, incorporating investing in stocks and trading, maybe not the actual thing, but maybe the concept of it, the concept and the perception of how you do it, and incorporate it on your plans, right? On your financial plans, right?
Yes. That.
Because concepting something like that would be, I think, on a bite-sized, ample-sized subjects, it would be more welcome, I think, by the clients, number one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because again, I also try not to be more technical as much as I can when it comes to when explaining to that stuff. Because again, every time they hear weird jargons and whatnot, right?
Yes. Yes, that's true.
Clients really refrain from, or I think at some point they are discouraged to listen to you if you go too technical about it. So because at some point they might think that you're just trying to confuse them, or right.
Yes.
so
Yes, that's true.
so so that's not really my intention, as much as possible. So that's why I really want to make it as I want as elementary or as simple as possible as I can, so that hopefully my business will actually improve, right? I mean, business
Yeah.
is good, business is good, but basically having this is actually a niche. I haven't really seen someone, or I haven't really met someone that's
Was a
more
trader.
inclined, yeah, who's a trader that's do financial planning, right? But
Yeah.
at least I have a specific skill that is a little unique for me and for my business, right?
Yeah, that's true. I do have a friend who is a trader as well. He's a professional trader. I'll hook you guys up so you can do your talk thing.
Talk
But
thing.
yes, yes. He was a guest in my podcast. Ray. His name is Ray Tuckner. He's also a trader, a professional trader, as well as a financial advisor. And it's very interesting that you guys have the same message, like that security or securing your future is one of the things that you should do first as a person before you actually start
Yes,
on
yes.
investing,
Yep.
protecting what you currently have before chasing up the the ones that you don't have yet, the money that you
Yep.
don't have. So, but yes,
Chasing
and
your money
I'm
shot.
very yes, and I'm excited for your YouTube videos because
Yes.
I think it's very interesting to, yeah, to get ideas and advice regarding trading and investing from a financial advisor, because there are a lot of videos in YouTube, and also I think I've heard even on TikTok, who are people who
Oh yeah.
give advice about trading and investing, but they're not very really licensed to do it. So I think it's really good that financial advisors are taking that step in educating more people, right? And it's
Yeah.
more business prospective clients for you as well. So I guess in closing this podcast, Dale, what advice would you like to give for your for people who are already stock investors or stock traders, and would like to venture in financial advice but are still in the fence about it or are still starting in the industry?
I mean, go for it, man. I mean, you have all the advantages that you have, right? You have the technical knowledge, you have the market feel, you know how to dig on the market. So basically, that's money on the bag, right? The insurance stuff, that's you can learn it. If I can learn it, you can.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
that's really it. I mean, of course, I mean, you really also have to do, right. I mean, you really have to like what you do,
Mm,
right. that,
that's
that's
true.
that's that's the thing. I mean, if you're just doing it for money, then maybe you're in the wrong business.
Ah.
If you want to go in the financial planning and you're doing it for the money, definitely you're in the wrong business. I mean, I suggest you stick to stocks, because yeah, that's just for money. But if you're into it to promote financial planning, if to promote financial education, to help people, I mean, yeah, be an FA, be a financial advisor, be one of us.
Awesome. Thanks, Neil. That is sound advice. That's true. If you're not in the if your heart isn't in the right place, then maybe it's not the business for you. So
Yeah,
yes, and where can people find you if they want to know more about you or if they want to get in touch with you?
I'm in Facebook, right? Everyone is. So it's
Yes.
Geremy Dale Jamir. So I'm also in Instagram at gdalehamir 0_o. I'm also in Twitter at Geremy Dale Jamir.
Yeah.
And I'm practically in everywhere except TikTok. I haven't really had
Me
the
too.
I really
I
haven't
haven't had
still
the
had the
courage.
yeah. My wife is like, do TikTok for your business. You can like dance with your policy and with you. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not.
Not
I'm
for
not
you.
there. Not there. I'm not there yet. Right. So maybe soon. I'm not sure.
That would be very interesting, Dale. I'm also asked my husband to try TikTok as well. I haven't tried it myself, so we don't know. We're not there yet. But thank you so much,
Yeah,
Dale.
not there.
I'll put all of your contact information in the show notes or in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. So thank you so much, Dale, for getting to the show. Have a good one.
Thanks, Gwen. Bye. Bye, everyone.